What's up, everyone? So today I just embarked on a shoulder session, really trying to bring out my shoulders so I can improve my V-taper, because I just think an epic V-taper is aesthetically pleasing and, as I just said, epic. So what I want to talk about today, and this is one thing I get asked by a lot of people: how many times should I train a body part a week? Now, I think it varies for different people. Now, if you're a newbie, there's a phenomenon, and some people believe it and others don't. It's called newbie gains, which means that when you start out as a newbie, you get incredible results and you start seeing progress and improvements. Okay, so as a newbie, to make the most of this, if you are a new trainer, I would recommend that you train each body part twice a week. Okay. 3 times would be ideal, but I just don't think there's enough days in the week to do that. And let me explain why. When you're training, you want to hit your body from different angles. You want to hit each muscle from different angles to get a complete physique. So let's start with people that are just starting out training. If you're just starting out, what I'd recommend is, let's start a week on a Monday. I'd have a push day, a pull day, and a leg day. Maybe a rest day in between, and then 3 other days after that. So you're training 6 out of 7 days, which is a commitment, but hey, we're in this because we're committed to it and we want to get results. So Monday is push day. So what we're going to hit on push day is chest, shoulders, and triceps. Hence the pushing movements you'll notice when you're doing all of them. And by the way, that is a push. You're pushing up. Okay? Because someone once argued with me and said, not all shoulder exercises are pushing exercises, but they are, because you're not pulling anything, so you're pushing anyway. So what I'd start off with, on push day, I keep it basic, 3 movements for each body part we talked about. So either a flat bench or flat dumbbell press, because I think dumbbell press is so good that I'd throw it in straight away, but some people like to start off with bench press, which is fine. Although I would recommend dumbbells because you can really isolate the chest and try and get your pecs even. So I'd do flat dumbbell press or bench press, incline dumbbell press or bench press at a 45-degree angle, no higher, no lower, because we went quite low already. And then do some cable crossovers. You could do lying tree hugs, lying dumbbell crossovers. I say crossovers, but they're not. Flies, that's what I was looking for. It doesn't matter, but make sure you hit your incline press, your flat press, and your flies, so that you get the benefits of everything: upper, mid, center of the chest, all of it. After that, you do some shoulder press. It could be either seated dumbbell press or standing military press with a barbell. It doesn't matter, just make sure you do a pressing movement above your head. Do some flies. And when I say flies, I mean that movement, and that is probably the best shoulder movement, because that's the one that really caps up the side deltoid and gives you that lovely cap and makes your shoulders wider. Because pressing builds up the thickness, but flies make it wider, and I think the width of the shoulders, the lateral, the medial deltoid, sorry, I'm all over the place at the moment, is the most impressive. Now, I see a lot of programs where they state they leave out hitting the rear deltoids. Now, I can understand why people wouldn't be interested in that. I mean, no one's going to ask you, hey man, how big's your rear deltoid? Let me see your rear deltoid. Oh, those are impressive rear delts. But it's important for the balance of your physique. If you just train your front and side delts, you're going to get a very slouched look. So it's a necessary evil. You've got to do it. Throw it in the end. 3 sets. Don't go too heavy. Just rep that shit out. Maybe bent over, sitting on a bench. Flies like that. And build up your rear deltoid, because it's really good for this whole functioning of the body, and it will help you out in the future with your posture and your general shoulder and joint health. And finally, triceps. Maybe pick 3 exercises for triceps. You could start off with some rope pull downs to warm up, close grip bench press, or skull crushers, lion skull crushers, or French presses, which is the one where you hold a dumbbell above your head and push up, or single arm tricep extension. Oh, you could do dips. It doesn't really matter, but I would recommend getting in either skull crushers or close grip bench presses at first, and the other 2 don't really matter. Day 2, pull day. Now for back, at the moment, there's two factors for back. Width and thickness. Now you're going to build up your width by doing pull-ups. Now I recommend get on those pull-ups straight away. Don't do too wide a grip, do a mid grip, because if you go too wide you're only going to get the top part of your lat. We want like the lower and the mid, so at this early stage just do a medium grip, 3 sets of your own body weight, get as many reps as you can out, then do some bent over barbell rows, and then a couple of sets, yeah, probably 3 sets of deadlifts at the end. And then you move on to your biceps, do either barbell curls or dumbbell curls, some preacher curls, and some reverse curls. And when I say reverse curls, I mean like that, because that builds up the forearms and it hits the outer head of the bicep. So you've got your inner head here, which gets hit predominantly from preacher curls, and then you've got your outer head, which is there, and that's built up from reverse curls. So day 2, I think in retrospect is pretty easy, but just make sure you hit it hard and make progress every week, and you should definitely be looking to make progress every week at this early stage. And then finally leg day, make sure you get your squats in, leg press, leg extensions, throw in some hamstring work, maybe some stiff leg deadlifts, and hamstring curls, and all train calves as well. I'm sure you're going to throw in abs anyway, I don't really need to say it, throw in some cardio, but if you're quite skinny I wouldn't bother with cardio at these early stages, just pack on the pounds. And that's what I'd say for a newbie, so training twice a week and it's good. When you're a bit more advanced, what you'll realise is you'll have packed on some size to your body, but there'll be certain flaws, like maybe your upper chest is lagging, your lower lats are lagging, one of the heads of your triceps could be lagging, your outer head of your legs could be hanging, and this is why people go on to split programs. And then when I say a split program, I mean 1 day chest, 1 day arms, 1 day legs, 1 day back, 1 day shoulders. And the reason they do that is so that they can absolutely annihilate a body part, hit it from every angle so you leave no stone unturned, and you build up your weaknesses. And that can work really well after a couple of years of training, I'd say. You know, you don't want to go too much longer than 7 days without hitting a body part again, but I wouldn't stress too much about it, because if you've absolutely destroyed it, hit it from multiple angles with loads of sets, a week sometimes can be, you know, more than enough. It can be easily just about enough time to recover from it. So there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes after a couple of years doing splits, you can plateau on certain body parts. But I think the problem is, saying therefore you're going to do 2 leg days a week, 2 shoulder days, 2 chest days, there's not enough days in the week. So unless you're taking no days off, you're going to always be roughly 6 to 7 days till your next workout. And unless you're working 3 hours a day, and some people can do that, and that's great if you can, if you've got the time and the motivation. I don't. After an hour, I can't do anymore. I lose the energy and I lose the mental capacity to keep going. You know, I've got other shit in my life I've got to deal with. I've got a job, this and that, and I think a lot of people in that boat. If you're not, that's great. But if you are, hitting a muscle group properly twice a week is going to be really hard. So yeah, stick with the split. But then if you start finding that you're not making progress in a certain area, as I have in the past, that's when you can kind of double up, throw in a body part twice a week. So at the moment I'm trying to improve my chest strength, not necessarily the size, but more the strength, because I've been at a plateau. So I have my chest day, but then at the end of my shoulder day, I just do a couple of sets of dumbbell presses as well. I also found that my arms were plateauing, and I think this works very well with arms. Over the years I had good progress training my arms once a week, over the last 3 years or so. But then I think they're plateauing, so what I do now is at the end of my chest session, I throw in a few bicep work, a few bicep exercises, a few tricep exercises, just to pump the blood and keep protein synthesis cracking on in my body. And I'll explain protein synthesis in another video. But yeah, that's just about it. Yeah, you just got to do what works for you. So early on, just focus on making progression, hitting body parts, at least twice a week. Also for newbies, a lot of people say, "Oh, don't bother training your arms, just because that's overtraining. You just train your back, train your chest. You don't need to worry about your arms for the last few years, first couple of years." Sorry, but if anyone says that, that's bullshit. You can get great results training your arms as well. I would advise that you do exercises that focus solely on your biceps and your triceps. Don't just fuck about doing pull-ups and saying, oh, that's enough for my, and rows and saying that's enough for my biceps, because it's not, and you will get results, and anyone who says that is talking shit. But yeah, that's it really. I've been babbling on a bit too long, a bit high maybe on the pump or whatever. I've just been training shoulders, doing some high intensity cardio. I'm gonna go get me a protein shake, but you know, fitness is a journey. You've got to get from A to B. I'll see you next time. Take care.